Latinos Out Loud podcast. Yeah, that's what this is. Latinos Out Loud.
Yo, it's hot. Yo, get a fan, get an AC, do what you gotta do. Yo, summer. Yo. Hi, guys. Hi, I'm gonna settle. This is the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Hi.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hi.
we're explosive, but we're not lighting them. Okay, we save that for our personalities. Okay.
Well, I don't like fireworks in the Heights. There's a lot of fireworks. There's also a lot of dirt bikes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
is right now they're I guess the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, mayor / wannabe celebrity, Eric Adams.
But he's
Yo,
looking
that's a
buff.
good- I like that.
He's
I like
looking
that.
buff and tough
Yeah,
lately in them
yeah.
tight golfing shirts that he wears.
Yeah, I like those tight suits he has, man.
Yo, he put up a video on social media like during July 4th. He was learning how to jet ski. I was like, what are you doing, bro? Is this dude's
Are
like,
you a mayor or you a celeb?
he
bro?
loves
Like,
attention, yo. I don't know.
But shout out to Chris Red on Saturday Night Live. Do you not love how he does Mayor Eric Adams on Saturday Night Live? Oh, I love it so much.
It's a perfect impression.
It's
but
so good. It's like
but
swagalicious.
so
man.
now he's trying to get attention for I'm cracking down on dirt bikes and
Yo, he's picking them up. I seen the trucks, man. They scooping them up. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. And they back up and they just take them on and throw them in a big truck, bro. It's crazy.
I don't want to say, look, I feel bad to say this for all like my Latino dirt bikers in the Heights.
Yo, they be
uptown,
in the Bronx.
but
They
I
be on the
don't care.
sidewalk with them, bro.
If you get your dirt bikes confiscated, I don't care. I don't have sympathy for you because I'm trying to sleep, bro. And
Why
so,
are you guys so anti-dirt bike? I mean, the dirt bikers
Rachel,
are just
you're
trying
in the
to have a
Upper
good
East Side.
time.
I keep on telling you, you don't understand. It's like the music. You love the music up in Washington Heights, but you don't live there. You saw the
You don't
video that
live
Black
there.
Rose put up the other day of a car right in front of her window at 4 o'clock blasting. Da-da-da-da-da. What
I'm
was
like,
the
yeah.
music? They had some El Alfa song pumping at 4.
There were like
Come on.
3 really fancy cars. I don't know what you call those cars. Something with an "ini" at the end. Fettuccine, Lamborghini, I don't know. And they were blasting El Alfa at 4 a.m. And then, did I send you the one with like the pools? You guys have like
come on,
giant...
Rachel, you like that stuff. That's not cool.
I don't like it. And you would think it's young
sorry.
people sometimes around my
It be
block.
old people,
It's
man.
the old people. It's not. It's like these, these middle-aged people that I guess they don't get tired. They have this
Smoking
youthful
hookah,
energy. 'Cause they're
barbecuing
out
outside.
They're literally playing music at 2 a.m. outside, and they're like with their beach chairs out on the
I
sidewalk
love
with the
it.
rats. The rats just go by their feet. They don't give a F. And I'm like, yo, how old are you? You don't get tired when you sleep? What happened to like losing your energy after like 50?
They're living
Yo, what's
their
up, man?
best
Yo, dímelo, manito.
lives.
Yo, papi, you want a hamburger? ¿Tú quieres un frankfurter? Aquí, mira. ¿Quieres cachú? ¿Qué tú quieres?
Because I feel like
Mota?
the young people at least are in the clubs or in the lounges. These older people, they're the ones keeping everybody up in the neighborhood.
Hold on a second. Frank Nibs, are you really complaining about this right now, mister? I created an outdoor patio on the scaffold of my
You see,
building?
you see, Rachel, I keep it nice and tidy. I'm using the scaffold right in front of my mom's window, and I did a little patio out there. Put the chairs out there. You came by the other day with the fellas, with my day ones. We had the takeout and what have you. You see, but I keep it cool. I
It
keep
was
it relaxed.
beautiful.
We had the music there. You came through the window, right? We pulled you through the window. You got through.
Wait, this sounds illegal, but okay.
Yeah,
They
it's,
had
you
to
know
pull
how
me
it is.
through the window, and then there's more. Then you have to step down, like what is that, the fire escape or something? There's like
Yeah,
a gate.
This
Right,
sounds
right.
like you sneaking into someone else's house while they're away or some shit.
I mean, look, it's good things and bad. The other day, I sleep right there, man. The other day, this black dude came right over the scaffolding, boom. And I looked out and I was like, yo, my man, what you doing here? He's like, yo, my man, I'm just gonna get off, man. Don't worry about it, man. I'm leaving right now. And he just sips by like at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, man, I gotta... But that's New York, you know what I mean?
I saw you. You know what that is? That's that I was boning some chick on the 3rd floor and her man walked in. So I seen this scaffold and I jumped on it and I'm out.
Yo, I don't know where he came from. I just heard a big thump, boom.
Did he
And I
have his
saw this
clothes
dude
on?
just, yeah,
Was
he did. But he was like, yo, my man, don't worry, man. I'm getting off the scaffolding. I'm out, man. Peace. And he just broke out. I was like, oh, man. I was like, holy smokes.
But you let him know, right, that you are
He knows
the
what's up, man.
bouncer and the owner of this outdoor eatery or venue right here
you know
on the
how it
scaffold.
is, man. You know, all New Yorkers, you got the little Billy Club or you got the machete right there next to the window. You know,
Machete?
you know, come on, Dominicans, man, we have a machete all the time.
Frank, you were saying this is New York, and so there was one time where someone got pissed and ran outside. They were playing music really loud late at night on a weekday or something, and some dude came out and was like, "Yo, turn the music down. People gotta sleep, whatever." And the guy responded that was playing the music, "Yo, this is New York, bro." So I guess this is probably what they believe. I still think, some of that stuff, especially and going back to the dirt bikes, is, it's a little douchey. It's a little douchey that you have to be so loud with your dirt bikes and your freaking, even your regular car engines and the music in your car. I feel like probably I'm at the age where I'm just like, yo, if y'all I'm the ones calling the cops on these motherfuckers. I'm like, I'm 911. Yo, can somebody just come around this neighbor and just give them a warning or some shit? Because I just literally heard the same song five times in a row, and the same reggaeton, the same Bad Bunny song 5 times in a row. So if you could just kind of scare them a little bit, show your gun a little bit. Don't use it on them, obviously, but I know you got the body cam, so it's all good.
I'm the opposite. I don't know, Jamie, and I think I'm older than you. I don't know what I'm going through, but I am the girl blasting the music from the car, and I am the girl looking to get on the back of a bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, holla at me. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm actually on a bike now, but it's not motorized. I'm still rocking my dad's classic Schwinn.
I saw you on that, man. That's like a classic Schwinn bike from back in the days. You got a nice little, he hooked you up, yo.
Frank, okay, can we talk about my bike for a sec, if that's okay?
Yeah, that's what, no, I saw you on that Schwinn. that Schwinn looks nice.
Schwinning! Okay,
You're
guys.
Schwinning with that bike,
It's an old funky bike. So my dad, God bless him, he's 81 years old and he's just not biking anymore. So my mom was like, Rachel, please take the bicycle. I need the room in the basement. So I took the bike and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I put air in the tires. I'm looking at it right now. And I got a little basket, and I've been on tour like a Tribe Called Quest, okay? And I've just been going to different places and trying to get exercise in a different way. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, LOLeros, look, I'm still on this health and fitness journey, but I got a little bored of running.
You changed it up, huh?
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe this bike is what I needed. So I'm keeping the Strauss Schwinn bicycle tradition alive. He has passed it down to me, and I hope to pass it down to my kids. We'll see. But if you see me out there in the bike lane, beep your horn real quick, but don't scare me.
Rachel, are you wearing your helmet? I don't know if you have a helmet. Do you wear your helmet?
I have a helmet, and I do wear I follow safety protocol. I bike in the bike lane, and I wear my helmet, and sometimes
she wears her helmet when she leaves the party. When she leaves the event. When she's going to the event, I doubt she's following bike laws. She probably has it in her hand, but I doubt she wants to mess up her red carpet hair. You know what I'm saying?
You guys think you know me? I am such a nerd when it comes to the law and safety and traffic. These drivers in New York City, they don't give a rat's ass if you're on a Schwinn or if you're on a city bike. They just want to make their turn. And so I do suggest wearing a helmet.
So it's not style over safety, right? It's you're actually pretty. You want to follow the rules, you know what I'm saying?
You want me to keep a stack? I'll keep it a stack. Yeah. So maybe my helmet fashion or my hair is not really the best, but let's talk about my bicycle fashion, okay? Let's talk about my bike shorts and, my bike skirts. And...
I see you. I see you.
No tights? No tights?
Yes, of course. I have the bike shorts and...
No.
Yes! How'd you know?
I see you. I see you.
I got my Jordans with the little splash of blue to match
I
the
see
bike.
you.
Oh, whoa.
I see you. You think I'm stupid?
Oh, you think I'm stupid? I know you're not stupid. I know.
I be seeing the lives. Oh, yeah. The
Thanks,
stories.
so- Let's go biking. Holler at me. I'm outside.
Oh, snap. All right. New
Yeah.
York is crazy now. Biking, you have the little scooters, you have the electric bikes. I mean, you have rollerblades. There's like crazy people
There's
coming
also
all
that in the Heights. There's also that one kid where he had that big unicycle.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell he does that. How the hell?
It's like a
What?
huge. It's like a huge wheel, and this kid's just riding on it.
It's
I
two
don't know.
bikes, 210 speeds.
Oh, it's two. Yeah, it's like
they
a
weld them
giant
together.
bike. Maybe it's
Two-
not a unicycle. Maybe it's just two wheels, but they're huge.
Yeah, man. He'll go down Broadway, man, all the way down. Like red lights, green lights, and he just goes with, I don't know how the hell he does it.
And people
Wow.
here are just desensitized to it because they've seen this kid like for the last couple years. Anyway.
love
Oh my
the
God, he's gonna
Heights.
kill himself. There he goes
But he's
again.
not playing music. At least he's respecting the noise air.
Oh, I
he's not
play
polluting
music.
the air.
Oh no, I rock my Bluetooth speaker in my basket and I'm like, realmente que tengo lo cuero. I'm like out there blasting Yailin.
I'm cool with the music. It's just like at 1 a.m. on a Tuesday is where I'm like chill.
Yeah. Leave it for
Are
Thursday.
we doing this? Are we doing this right now?
Jamie, whatever. Tuesday's industry night. Get with it.
Oh my
If you're not out at
goodness.
Tuesday 1 a.m., who are you?
Okay, so we're talking about in the city. Have any of you just left the city to do some summer activities? I know I went to the beach. I heard.
Which one you went to?
Good question. It was a Jersey beach.
Okay.
There was
know, I'm like-
water.
I'm bad with names of people and also of beaches, but I actually know this one.
Jersey Shore, Long Branch.
It might wait. Did any of you go to a beach? And I'll tell you where my beach is.
I've been to Long Branch once, and I've been to Orchard Beach once.
All right. I hit
You
up
know.
2 beaches this weekend. All right. Let it be beach season. Let it be known. I hit up Rockaways. I took
right.
like
I like
2
the waves
ferries.
there. I like them waves there. Those waves are big there.
The ferries were fun with the kids.
Ooh,
I went with
I haven't done that yet.
Benji. Yeah, and with all
I heard
his
you could
friends.
take the ferry and go straight into Rockaways now. Wow,
It's
from Lower
awesome.
Manhattan, right? Wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
we took. I have a ferry right here up by me. It's very convenient, and it is a long ride to the Rockaways, but it's very scenic. It's very beautiful to watch. The
Right.
kids really enjoyed it because you pass the whole, it's once you get into Brooklyn, you pass Coney Island, Manhattan Beach. It's really beautiful. And then I hit up CI. I keep it very Brooklyn, people. I love me some Coney Island all
Oh,
day.
wow, Rachel's
All
doing
right.
the 5-borough beach tour.
Word sign,
I'm
that's
like,
me.
damn.
On my bike at that. What?
Okay,
Alright.
I did find where my beach was. It is in Long Branch, New Jersey.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Seven
Nice.
presidents, oceanfront.
Okay,
Park.
that's nice there. I like that. Nice and
It's
spiffy.
chill there. It's
It
chill
is.
there.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay like $5 to get in. But
I
it's
like
all right.
beaches where you gotta pay because
Right,
cheap
right. Keeps the-
motherfuckers.
yeah,
They
yeah,
go to
yeah.
the cheap. They go to the cheap beach.
Go to Orchard Beach. They go to Orchard
Yeah.
Beach. Yeah.
And I
Keep
go
the
to,
riffraff out of there. You gotta pay.
Riff Raff don't want to pay.
That's true.
I mean, they'll still probably sneak in though.
nah,
you can tell
who's-
you can't.
You could
You
tell who
can't.
snuck into the paid beach.
Yeah.
It's like, look at these people think they're slick, man. This dude with the neck tat. This dude with the neck tattoo. I know he snuck in. But no. I like the Jersey beaches. They're just chill. And you just gotta
different crowd.
be able
Different
to get a
crowd. man.
ride. Yeah, be able to get a ride.
Mhm.
But it's cool. I haven't really done the New York City beaches as much.
You should go to Orchard Beach. It's a nice scenic view. Go back. It
I
takes
used
you
to
back.
like Robert Moses. That's a little bit more upper.
Yeah.
And Long Beach.
Yeah, I've been there. That's nice.
Long
You could
Island.
you could take the Metro North there. So I was into Long Beach for one summer. Me and Fatima were going there all the time because it was like we just take the Metro North. But
Jones Beach. You guys ever go to Jones Beach?
Haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, Jones Beach is
Long
nice, man. Out in
time.
Long
I've seen
Island.
concerts there more than I've gone.
Oh, they
because they
have-
have a
yeah,
stage there,
they have
and it's
an
actually a
outside-
cool place to watch a concert because you
Yeah.
have the background of the water and
Yeah,
the breeze. But
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I've been there just to hang out on the beach.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I was doing while I was hanging out on the beach, okay? Because there were 2 separate occasions. One was with kids. So you know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I'm popping the edibles while I'm like, what are you doing over there? You know, like it's a different vibe. The other is, I'm just kidding. The other was more of a personal day for me. So, okay, I went to the beach 2 different times, and there were 2 different occasions. Okay, the one on Friday, the kids, the ferries, the moms, the crazy. Okay, a lot of fun though, but a lot of whole monitoring. You know, the waves. Even though there's lifeguards,
The
mom's
beach,
a lifeguard.
you gotta be careful.
You know.
Yep.
But then the other day, feel me on this, I needed some personal time. Just me. I needed a personal day. Remember,
At the beach.
I used to take those in corporate America when I worked in corporate, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't taken a personal day in a really long time. So I'm going to take not even a full day, but a personal morning. And I took my personal morning, and I took my meditation podcast in my ear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did some meditating on the beach, and it was really great. And, you know, I use this podcast to like air it out, but I'm going to air it out. I didn't really plan to air it out. But I've been dealing with some anxiety issues lately. My anxiety has elevated, escalated, whatever you want to call it. And I decided to like try some new things. And I've been asking around. You guys know me. I'm always like doing focus groups like, hey, fellow writers, actors, podcasters, people trying to make it in this business. What do you guys do to fucking chill? You know, like, because sometimes I just can't fucking chill. Like sometimes I'm like, you know, and I will be real and honest and say like, I'm really trying to take the reins of my mental health. Because I know I'm not perfect. My mental is not perfect, but I do feel I could do my best at having a grasp of it and not letting it affect so many other things in my life. And so I tried this meditating thing, and I meditated twice this weekend. And it's really just trying to find my breath. Sometimes I can't find my breath. It's so simple, right? But sometimes I lose my breath, not in a good way, not in like an 80s like song kind of way. Like,
Where did I leave my breath again? It's like your keys, right? Breath.
Exactly.
Hello.
Every breath you take.
That's what I mean. It's not like a sensual. No, it's like, yo, where's my breath at? Like right now, I'm breathless.
Every time I try to meditating, I realize how bad of a breather I am.
Right?
You know, because a lot of it is like you have to take a deep breath, and I'm like, I don't think I ever knowingly take deep breaths. I feel like all my breaths are just kind of like just enough to get by, right? Yeah. But when you take a deep breath, you're like, damn, I never do this. You know, so it's like, should I be doing it more? Then I get paranoid. So you get anxiety. I start getting paranoia, you know?
Yeah, it manifests in different ways, I guess, Jamie. Frank, you were going to say something?
You don't think us living in the city, we all deal with some type of anxiety, like just being here all the time and working and, you know, just being around so many people, like, and, you know, you like having to go to the beach. Like I was, you know, you guys know I always take my walk. I take my daily walk. I take like almost like an hour and a half walk. That's the way I get rid of my anxiety.
Yeah.
A walk is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I walk. That's the way I get rid of it.
I mean, what do you do? Because I guess like social anxiety sometimes. And so it's like, I don't always want to be in big crowds because sometimes I'm like, I've left places because I don't like, I feel off before I even go into the place, you know?
That's a good one. I got
Thanks for sharing that.
I like
Thank
that.
You for sharing
I got an answer how I
Jamie.
deal with that. But go
ahead. Where people have thought I would just flake to flake, and it's usually like I don't
want to see this motherfucker tonight. I don't want to see this other mofo tonight.
There are times when I've gone to like a venue and then just left because I just was like, I just was overwhelmed, and I was like getting my social anxiety. And you wouldn't think that when you see me in a social thing, and I'm like, if I'm comfortable, you wouldn't think that, but it happens. If you're not comfortable, it immediately, and then you see crowds of people you know, and you don't even want to go say hi to them because you're like feeling anxious. So you just walk you walk around the block and see if it that used to happen a lot too when I did stand up. It would be like, I need to walk around the block before I get on stage because like now I'm getting all nervous. I'm getting stage
Jamie,
fright.
I would never know if you never say anything.
Right?
You look so comfortable when you go up on stage. Like, wow.
Well, Route 28, I feel like I'm comfortable because there's like a group of people sharing it with me. But when you're solo dolo on stage,
Right,
and it's
right.
just you're the only one who could talk to. You have no one to talk to about it, right? You're just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
in your
yeah.
own
Good
head
point. Good
with your
point.
material. But yeah, I get that sort of anxiety. I don't. That's sort of like an in the moment anxiety that I don't really know if meditation works for that, because
Wow.
it's just like I gotta figure this out right now or
Right
not,
now, am I going or not? Am I going to that party or not?
I would
Anyway,
just
this episode's been brought to you by Headspace.
right. Yo, but why not? Why not? It went in this direction, so let's just continue.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. I think we all deal with some sort of things, right? And how we control it is really just key.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can use a full-on meditation session to get you or relieve you of that social anxiety you have, Jamie. But I will say that, 2 sessions in, I'm a novice. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm sort of trying to extract those breathing techniques so that when I feel the blackout coming, because now having experienced it several times in my life, I feel the onset. Like I have, I don't know if we should go through the symptoms now. I mean, I hope this is connecting with people, but like my symptoms, I start to have the thoughts and then I get lightheaded and then I lose my hearing. It's so weird. Like it manifests into such physicalities. And then, the next thing I know, I'm on the floor.
Wow.
So it's
I'm
crazy.
hearing more younger and younger people going through stuff like this too. I'm hearing like I'm shocked. I would never think that. I'm hearing like younger, like teens going through like really bad episodes. I'm like, oh wow, like it's incredible.
Yo, if any meditation expert is listening to the episode,
Oh wow, we probably have to. We gotta get somebody in here. Yeah, we
contact
need help.
us.
We need help. Yes.
We'll have an episode where you can come on and we can talk about. You can give us tips on how to get all this anxiety
and breathing. I feel you on the breathing, because when I started doing this last one, I'm like, oh, I'm telling my mind to take in enough oxygen to send to my entire body. I don't know if I've ever done that for my body before. I don't know if I've ever made a conscious, like, I'm going to take care of you with oxygen right now, brain. I'm going to take care of you with oxygen right now, nose. Like, consciously bringing oxygen to your entire body. I don't know. Shit is deep, yo. It helps.
I feel people who snort coke, they're never anxious because they're always taking deep breaths when they're just
my God, Jamie!
They're just letting it out. That's why they do it. It probably relieves their anxiety because you're taking your biggest breaths when you're when you're getting a good snort, when you got a good snort in there.
Yeah, and that coke was good in the 80s and the 90s. Now that coke
it's
not the same no more. It's not the same. It's not the same.
All right,
it's not.
Tony Montana. What are we talking about here?
I like this ended with like, okay, so guys, cocaine. If meditation is not working for you, okay, get that cocaine.
That good stuff, Back then they had the good stuff.
But having said that, we actually have a really great show, great guest.
Yeah.
Yes.
On this episode, 2 guests actually.
Cubana, ¿verdad? They're Cubana. They're from Cuba. I think they're not from Cuba, but they got the Cuban in there, right?
But don't do the Tony Montana voice because then they won't come on again.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Don't mix it up.
Yeah, it's really exciting. These girls are also now on the Sonoro network like us.
Ooh,
so that's exciting.
Nice. Welcome home, girls.
Why don't we get into it? Let's talk to Carmen and Fryda of the Teikirisi podcast.
Vamos.
All right, you guys, this is the part of the show here at Latinos Out Loud where we interview someone amazing. I use the word amazing so much. But I really, truly love the word. And I think it's a great word to describe the guests that we have on the show. Now, another reason why these 2 are so amazing is because they, like we, like us, are podcasters.
Okay.
Please put your hands in the air, put your iPhones or your Bluetooth device in the air for Carmen and Fryda of the Teikirisi podcast.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hola.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Come in. Sit down. You want some café, ¿qué quieren?
Welcome to Sonoro. Welcome to Sonoro. Welcome to
Con
Sonoro.
espumita.
Un
Well-
cafecito, un cortadito. We're here, but it's so nice to have you guys on the show. Welcome, Carmen and Fryda. Pero Cuba is in the building right now.
Cubano.
Huepa.
Yeah.
Pero it's really
Dale.
nice. It's nice that we at Latinos Out Loud, first of all, we embrace every part of being Latino, A, E, X, Y. But I love that your podcast really celebrates Cubanity. I can't say it, but one of your episode
got it,
titles
man.
was Cubanity. Is that it? Like,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the Cubanity.
Isn't that such a great word? I love it. Okay, I see you guys have fun with words. We do that here at LOL too. So, okay, geeking out, podcaster to podcaster. Tell us about the teikirisi podcast.
Wow, where do we start? So we have always been told as friends when people hang out with us, people are like, wow, you guys need to have a show because the
Like,
things
ustedes
that you
son un
go
show.
through, the things that happen to us and the way we react, it's just really outrageous and comical. And then we wanted to make a podcast for a while and we couldn't figure it out. And then one day we were like, oh my God, a lot of the stuff that happens to us, the common denominator is actually being Cuban. Like the ridiculousness in this recipe about Fryda and Carmen is Cuban. And so we were like, we should really make a show. And that's how that happened.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, before
it's-
we knew it, like Carmen and I love to like deep dive, do a lot of research. We're pretty geeky about like any topic we get into, and we love coming up with kind of story together. And so we've had a lot of fun doing this project because it allows us to do all of that and also connect with other people at the same time. Probably in a way we didn't even expect to when we started, but we've connected a lot with people like in Cuba and outside of Cuba.
Wow.
But wait, the question was tell us about the podcast. The podcast is celebrating everything, celebrating and educating one more time. Celebrating and educating on everything Cuban-American. That's what teikirisi seeks out to do.
Oh.
I love that. You know, we here often talk about what it's like to be Caribeños. And I know that speaking of common denominators, we have so much in common, you know, but I do often feel like my Cuban friends have stories for days. There are so many lovely, and I say that in a positive light because there are so many lovely, lovely stories, some of triumph, and also some that go back to some really effed up times in Cuba. And I want to know, do you cover that on the podcast? And tell us how you cover that in a 2022 millennial, I'm guessing, kind of way.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, so we actually launched this podcast thinking about identity, and as soon as we got thinking about what makes up how we experience life, how our relationship to food, our relationship to resources, and to even how we live in our modern world, they're all affected by things that happened to our parents, that happened to us early on in life. And so we cover a lot of things, we cover the special period, this period of scarcity and famine in Cuba that happened in the 1990s, right around the time when Carmen and I were born. We cover the Cuban rafter crisis, being a balsera, which is part of what Carmen came over here on a raft and has a whole winding story.
Wow.
Holy
I will
shit.
pause for that.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
let me pause before I keep going, but because Carmen la balsera, please. What?
Oh man.
Tell us. Wait, I was going to say you have great biceps, but Jesus, I didn't think it was from rafting yourself over here. Talk to us
Girl,
about
Carmen.
that, please.
Yo.
It's my favorite balsera joke ever because it is also complimenting me. Thank you.
Because there are so many balsera jokes, but this is a really good one.
Oh,
Tell us.
Please.
About the jokes or the balsera part? I don't know. What were we talking about?
All of the above. And yeah, because she wanted to pause on your personal story. Share that with us.
Yes, I immigrated to the U.S. We left when I was 3. We spent 6 months detained in Guantanamo in 1994, going into 1995, and then we finally arrived into Miami in 1995. So that's the TLDR.
Holy
Nice.
smokes.
Wait, the
Yeah, it's a
TLDR?
whirlwind.
TLDR? I don't know if I'm too old to know.
Rich,
Should
yeah.
should
Rich
I
doesn't
know?
know the lingo.
Too long didn't read.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna commit to that one. I can't. That's too many. There are some acronyms I just can't commit to. I'm not gonna be able to coordinate that. I'm too old. Wow, mija, you have stories.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Fryda. Fryda, you
Back
were
to
telling
Fryda.
us more. Yeah, about
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to make a pause for like by the way, Carmen has like some stories of her own. But we also we've also like been really motivated by a lot of the action happening right now in Cuba. Hashtag SOS Cuba. So there's been like a public uprising, and there's been like massive uprisings that are unprecedented in Cuba, and we've been inspired in our podcast to cover not just the trajectory that some of the artists in Cuba have gone through in order to really mobilize groups of people to do something that has never happened before in Cuba, but also the kind of like response that the Cuban government has, the kind of response that people have here in the US. Like we always want to connect it all, and like to like our personal lives as well, and us being Cuban-American. And we somehow managed to talk. We also managed to laugh a lot somehow, even talking about tragedy, because I think our parents taught us to do that. So
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Cortate las venas? You can't do that.
That's the Latino way, though. That's the Latino way. That's it. We laugh through our struggles.
Wow.
Have you found listeners are learning more about Cuba even through the show? You know, are there kind of like things that like, oh wow, like I feel like some people still think like, can I go to Cuba? Can I visit? Do people can still visit Cuba? Like there's like a lot of
I don't know. It goes on and off. Yeah.
And like things like, so do you feel like you're teaching your audience new things?
I definitely would say so. And that's obviously very fulfilling. But to be honest with you, I think that when I hear you say stuff about like some people are still confused about whether or not they can visit to Cuba, I hear that there's audiences that are not Cuban, and we do have a lot of audience members and listeners who are not Cuban, but our home base, like most of our listeners are Cuban. And I think that for me, one of the most fulfilling parts is within that majority listener, I'm really interested in when we start to have conversations that we wouldn't have because of weird divides, because of politics, because, a lot of Cubans from Miami are very conservative. Obviously, we are not, and we're very vocal about that. And we still manage to like strike nerves with them that really forge connections that maybe wouldn't have happened before. And I think that's really fulfilling for me, to like connect with everyone at large and teach people about the Cuban diaspora, but then also to make waves within your diaspora as well. I think that's really powerful.
Wow.
Yeah, because then you can get into the real nitty gritty stuff, not like fluffy stuff, right? So, do you, and so have you guys doing the show, have you learned a lot? Like, I would imagine, like, when you first decided to do a show about, like, your culture, there's such a broad amount of things, like a wide amount of things you can, like, target, right? So how did you decide, like, what to target in every individual episode? Is it kind of like, you kind of go from topic to topic, or do you're talking about, or do you kind of like, oh, we're gonna focus a little bit more on politics for these couple of episodes, or we're gonna focus on food or something like that? Like, how did you kind of like bring it all together to be like, this is what the show's gonna be about?
I feel like there's a few answers to this. But like the first thing you asked was like, have we learned a lot? And like we came in here like knowing that we were Cuban, but actually one of the biggest drives was like a drive to learn more about why we are the way we are, what's going on, and to like to see things through our lens and through other people's lens around us and try and tell some stories. And so like we've learned so much. I think some of the most fun episodes that Carmen and I do together, whether or not they're the most popular ones, they're the ones where we like learn a lot, like something specific about like sugar and what happened with sugar cane in Cuba. And then by the end, like we're like, poof, like our minds have exploded because we have like a thesis and everything. So like we have episodes that are like that, and not all of them are like that. Some of them, like you said, like we move around in topics. Like we talked about the Cuban booty. And we'll do a whole episode.
Your nalgas episode, right?
We will do a whole episode about nalgas.
Oh
and
man,
my mom will
I
call
gotta
me
hear
up
this
being
one.
like,
I gotta hear this one. I have to hear this
It's a
one.
good one.
you do. My mom called me being like, that one was a really good one. And I'm just like, yes, mommy, you know, like, so but in terms of like how we choose or how we've decided, I think we've evolved a lot. And that early on, like I feel like, you know, like when you feel that this is your like foot in the door, like the first impression that you make, since we've like created seasons, we curated seasons so that they would have a little bit of a through line, but we've like freed ourselves a little bit more, especially more recently. So yeah.
All right. I just want to say something. I think what you guys are doing is so cool. You know, because I've never heard of a podcast that, you know, talks about your home country. It's like us doing a podcast of DR or Puerto Rico.
I'm so here for it.
And we don't, that first generation usually doesn't have a connection. You know what I mean? We usually come over here and we just think like, you know, we're Americans. You guys at least are kind of like going back and, you know, talking about your homeland, which, I mean, to me, I'm like, wow. If everybody else would do that, we'll be, you know, I think we'll be much closer to our homeland, you know, and as the generations go, we still keep that connection, you know? So I think what you guys are doing is so cool, man.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
I agree with Frank. It keeps our culture alive. And, you know, those stories do need to be passed down. And what better medium, what better conduit than podcasting? I hope that your kids and those kids and kids of those kids listen to your capsuled stories of your parents and grandparents. I thought it was really interesting that you guys, I'll just read the episode title. It was called Cuban and Queer, A Story of Pride and Resistance. So you talk about how in the Cuban culture, it is very hard to come out.
Yes.
I would love to hear more about that. We know very well in the Dominican Republic, which is a country also led by Christianity, Roman Catholicism. I mean, I believe the Dominican Republic is the only flag that has the Bible in the center of it. Yeah. And the Bible is still pretty much, and the Bible is pretty much still the center of the government. And we know that from their views on abortion, and we know what we're going through right now in this country as well. It's crazy how we're going back to the ways of the motherland, which are antiquated. But I'd like to know more about what that's like in the Cuban culture. We talk about Dominican all the time, Jamie, Puerto Rican, and being of Spain, Spanish heritage. I really want to hear y'all POV.
On coming out, or the Bible as the center of the values?
Ooh,
or?
All of it.
All of it. I mean,
Rachel likes to like put out three or four things, and then just says all of it. Just combine it in a one topic sandwich.
I'm sorry. I offered such a smorgasbord. Go ahead, Frank.
There's a very good movie that touches on this. It's called Before Night Falls with Javier Bardem, Johnny Depp, and Sean Penn. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. And
No,
it takes.
I haven't.
Oh, you got to see it.
Wait, were they all playing Cubans?
No, yes, they are.
Because already it's problematic.
It takes place in Cuba, like in the 50s or 60s, and this guy, he's gay and he's a writer, and the government is after him, and they're persecuting him. They throw him into jail, and it really goes deep into how you were treated back then in Cuba. Yeah, you guys have to watch it. It's a great film, and this writer obviously comes over here just like you came over here through the boat. And he became a writer. He died of AIDS in the 80s. But it talks about the government over there, how he was treated because he was gay. So, yes, I learned about that through this movie. So talk more about that for us.
Do you want to take this, Fryda?
I was making little eyes at you in case you wanted to go. I was like, yeah, come on.
Both of them are like, I got it or you got it. I got it or you got it.
They were giving each other like the podcast chin, you know.
Dale tú.
You.
Dale tú.
It's fine.
Do it.
Okay. So, speaking of movies, I love movies, and I've talked about this movie on the podcast 1,000 times. People must be so tired of me saying this, but I'm just going to say it again. Fresa y Chocolate is what immediately comes to mind when I think about coming out in Cuba, because in that movie specifically, there's two men who meet and form a friendship, and then the whole movie is very kind of like Woody Allen-esque in the sense that it's very dialogue heavy, and that's the whole movie, like having that conversation experience. And one of them is gay, and he's representing like what it means to be counter-revolutionary, like contra-revolucionario. And the other one is like the perfect communist, right? And they form this unlikely friendship, as I said. And the gay one, they almost have to address that in their friendship. The gay one's definitely not coming on to him, but then he just can't get over it, right? Like that becomes like the center of things. And it's sort of, it kind of echoes the way gay people, or at least gay men, are seen in society, never mind gay women. Like, I feel that even there's kind of a spectrum onto what's even acknowledged or visible, where, like, you don't even hear about lesbian women. Like, what was like, I mean, I guess Raul Castro's daughter is a lesbian, and she's done a lot for LGBTQT rights in Cuba, but at the end of the day, it's still not something that's readily accepted. And even a lot of the things that are seen as progressive in Cuba, such as Cuba sponsoring sex changes for its citizens, even though it is quite progressive that happens, and I'm glad that people have that opportunity in Cuba, it's still also, on the other hand, on the other side of the coin, reinforcing the heteronormative standards in society, because it's still following the family code of 1975 that says that, you know, a family unit is consisted of a man and a woman and their children, and that is what that's what they're stressing. And a lot of people don't really consider that when what it means to the individual. I mean, I know even people outside of the diaspora, a lot of my mom's friends will come and complain to her and be like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, porque Joseito ahora dice que es gay. And then, you know, it's this big thing. And I'm just like, bro, this kid has been gay since we were like born. Then how did you not know?
Didn't
what
you
do
see
mean?
it? Hello.
Yeah, like, it's your kid.
Like, it's
Pay
not
attention.
a phase. And like a lot of the old school parents, especially Latino parents, they say exactly that. Like, it's like some sort of like, oh, now he's doing this. Let's see what he's gonna do next month. Like, you know what I mean?
No, and then when they finally realize that it's actually serious, it's like the end of the world. It's the end of the world. And we're like, yo, nothing has changed here. We all still love each other. What if you just got with the program? What if that happened? I don't know.
Nice.
Just a little bomb for you there. I don't know.
Get with the program, definitely.
I see also like Emily Estefan is also a huge advocate, and her parents also. I love that they're using their platforms and conduits as well. Well, that's interesting. Fryda, did you want to add anything about this topic? You also have the chin up, like you're ready to say something.
No. I mean, I was just like, just wondering, because like I was just thinking while you all were talking, and like, I think another kind of slice of this, and even as you mentioned, Emily Estefan, it isn't just like how hard it is to come out as being attracted to the same sex, but how hard it is to present in any way other than strictly feminine or masculine. And that, I'm sure we can all be like, yeah, we get it, because like it is like a Latino man and a Latina is like, they're two different things, and one is from Venus and one is from Mars, and like one of them wears high heels and like, you know, and a bunch of makeup, and like we've painstakingly gone through like the formula to being at least a Cuban man and a Cuban woman in our podcast over and over again. And since those things are so delineated, it's like really like kind of, it's tough to exist anywhere in between. And so that's kind of another layer that's like also really hard in our society that is so like strictly divided by like those genders and the gender roles that come with it. You know, like standing in the kitchen in the party versus being outside in the barbecue playing dominoes. Like those are the two places. The women go one place, the men go in the other place. Like, what do you do if you're like,
Yeah.
Right.
you wanna be
Yo quiero
somewhere else.
jugar dominos. Can I play dominoes? I'm a woman, but like, what's up, right? Where do we fit?
I've never been a domino guy though. I'm always like, okay, I guess everybody's playing dominoes. What? I'm gonna stay here eating potato chips on the table with all the viejas.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if your actual identity is vieja, but you're like not a vieja? That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
There's layers. There's layers.
There's layers.
Layers, I'm telling you.
Get with the program. Okay. I wanna-
You guys got with the program. You're now on the Sonoro network, so congratulations.
Hey.
Yay, thank you.
Alright.
A new program added to the Sonoro roster. So, guys, just I mean, we're about to wrap this interview, but you know, if there's anything that you want the LOLeros to know and take away from Teikirisi, let them know right now.
Well,
I have a siren going. Sorry, you could take it.
I thought you were gonna do like your Carmen. I thought Carmen was
We
gonna
in New
do
York.
a
We know.
woo, woo,
Yeah,
her
yeah.
usual
We
siren.
always have siren
Yep.
situations in every episode. So yeah.
I would say like you know, I don't know, come along, come check us out. Like we probably have a story for you, like a story that fits your personality, a story whether you're like a history buff or you're curious about what it's like to travel to Cuba or you're curious about butts, you know.
Yeah, because I
Or
was
you're
gonna.
a foodie, you know.
I was gonna
we
ask like
got
what's
something.
an episode that, you know, from the top of your head, like for your first time listening to your show that you personally, you know, would recommend. Both of you can answer
question.
this. Just something like, you know, this is the first one. Why don't you start?
I think
other than the
one
first
is,
episode ever, but yeah.
I think one that I want everyone to listen to like as a prescription is like Cuba, a vintage playground, because it answers a lot of the questions like, can I travel there? But how do I travel there? But like, what is Cuba? And like, what about the old cars? And all of those kinds of like
Those are my stupid questions. So.
all of the stupid
I'm gonna
questions
listen
that we
to
heard
that.
from you.
Yeah, and get
Jaime,
educated.
like-
yes.
I'm gonna listen too, yo.
Carmen already
Yeah,
is like, already.
I would say like do that because like no matter what your relationship is to Cuba, you probably have a curiosity about Cuba because of Cuba, the way Cuba has been exoticized, and this episode is for you.
All right.
Love that.
I'm gonna hear the Nalgas one. You already know. That's
Friday,
that's
baby.
neither here
I
or
know.
there. That's neither here or there. So you already know.
Wait, before we go, I wanna we can tell that both of you have like awesome chemistry. I just wanna know where you guys met and if you can kind of describe quickly the dynamic between you two
Ooh.
in the show that makes the show successful. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
But start off with how you met each other.
Fryda and I met in math class in high school. I forget exactly like what the details were now, but we've just kind of been really, really close since then, despite wherever life has taken us. Like we've spent time away from each other. We went to college in separate places. I traveled a lot, you know, and then we wound up in New York serendipitously, and we wound up living together. And we just, a lot of the same dynamics that brought us together when we were kids, like when we were like 15, 16, which were a shared love of being able to go down rabbit holes on random things. Like we used to spend hours after school listening to the Beatles' White Album and trying to decide if Paul was actually dead. Like the amount of hours we spent
Oh
doing
my
this.
god, that's a good one. Conspiracy. I like that
Wow.
We
conspiracy.
should
I'm gonna have to look
have-
into that one. He probably
Yes.
still alive. You know that, right?
Inconclusive.
Probably.
Okay.
Wait, how old are you two?
I know. What are you guys doing listening to the Beatles?
That's like an
what the-
old school kind of like conspiracy.
We're
to really
either
try to add
either
you.
70 years old or we're like around 30.
Old
One of the
souls, old
two.
souls. Yeah.
I think every Cubana, even if they're 14, they're like 70. You know, like every Cubana has the stories and the like intellect and, like I said, just vernacular and way of speaking. Every Cubana I've ever met, I just want to sit there and listen all day. You know, I'm really happy you guys are doing
That's how
what
we
you're
feel
doing.
about you.
Oh, well, I love the celebration of Latino culture, and also you guys are on a beautiful sort of like, you know, spectrum and covering a myriad of topics that need to be covered, and in this like new cool Cubana way. Wait, where? So I have a question now, like that stemmed from what you just said. Are you both in New York right now? You're still in New York?
We both have a
No.
long distance relationship.
Where are you now?
I'm in Chicago now, but I'm constantly all over the place. And Carmen is in New York, but I will be visiting soon. So
I can't wait.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we're in New York.
Live show.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know yet, but that would be fun.
Right.
Let's
And then
talk about that.
we'll-
Carmen
we'll
agreed
be
to
there
it,
if
so
it's-
you know we're gonna do it. So
All right.
Yo, we're here for it. We're in New York. Let's link up. Let's keep this
Oh, Carmen,
dialogue
you can-
going.
Yeah.
we can we'll be in touch.
Let us know
Yes.
when you're here, and we'll all get a drink
Yeah,
or
that would be
something, or a
fun.
cortadito, something. Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, guys. Check out the Take It Easy podcast.
All
thank
right,
you,
guys.
Carmen.
Take it
Thank
easy.
you,
Take it
Fryda.
easy. Take
Thank
it
you.
easy,
Take
guys.
it easy.
Take it easy.
And
Thank
check out
you.
their
Thank you so much for
website.
having us.
Their website has so much, like from NFTs to
Oh man, I didn't
teas.
get into the NFTs, man. Next time.
Check
Next
Check
time.
out their
Yeah.
apparel and all their merch on takeiteasy.com. It's so awesome. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, you guys. So make sure you check out the Take It Easy podcast.
Take
Wasn't
it
that so much
easy.
fun? I love it.
Mucho.
I love
like it,
celebrating
then.
Latino culture.
Facts.
It's awesome.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I wish
Yeah,
I wish we
and,
had more of those. I wish we had more of those for every Latino country and Latino Caribbean country. Yeah.
Word, Frank. Put it out there. Put
You know
it
what
out
I'm
in the
saying?
universe. The universe is listening.
And just so people, like, if you're gonna Google the name, it is not spelled how you think it is.
Right.
So
I got
it's not
confused. I
spelled
forgot to tell them that.
Take-
Yeah.
Take it easy normally. So if you want to search for it, it's TEIKIRISI. So it's all one. It's all one word. The take it easy. Take it easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely want to hear more episodes from them.
Yeah,
'Cause
me
they were-
too.
They were great on this show. So okay, I think it's time to ¿qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que? Yes,
Yeah,
¿qué lo
yeah,
que?
Un, dos, tres, vamos a bailar otra vez. Que lo que, 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 que lo que. Un, dos, tres, menéate otra vez. Que lo que, 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 que lo que.
You guys, this is it. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. Maybe not. This is Que lo que. We have some shout outs, you guys. Who wants to go first? Anybody? Anybody? I'll go first. Can
Yeah,
I?
do it.
Okay. I'll go first. I never go first.
Bueller?
Yeah.
Do it.
Bueller. Okay. Guys, July 4th, I was so excited because my episode of From Performers to Spectators was on PBS All Arts Channel.
13.
You found out
Yes.
you on PBS.
All your life
Do I gotta get a
is
tote bag?
Channel 13. Yes.
I
you're
gotta
gonna
buy a
get
tote bag to watch you now. or shit?
Yo, you stupid. Please call in now and we're accepting all donations. Those tote bags, yo, shout out to WNET, shout out to PBS, shout out to Public Broadcasting, shout out to the PBS All Arts channel, okay? Because they aired the episode that I was featured on this series called From Performers to Spectators. So please check it out. It's now streaming. At All Arts TV is the Instagram handle. And I think I spoke about the show before. We taped it a while ago during the pandemic, actually, at the lovely Pregones Theater in the Bronx.
Ooh, in the Bronx. Yeah, yes.
It was a really spiritual taping. It was very transformative for me. You know, I walked in, it was the pandemic, and there was no one in the theater, which was really representative of how I was feeling as a sketch comedian. Basically, there was no one in the theaters. The stages were stripped from us as performers, and I and two other artists share how we felt and how we pivoted during the pandemic and how we explored our careers and had to do some shifting. So it was really exciting to tape, and I love the final product. Oh my God, check it out. There's like pictures, baby pictures of me, and just pictures and snippets of how I was the family comedian my whole life. But check it out. From Performers to Spectators, shout out to Melissa Ramos, the producer, and to Theo Louis, and to PBS. And
order
then-
now, and PBS will give you the whole episode on a DVD set, collector set, for just $29.99.
I I used to love those telethons. What is the call-a-thons or whatever you call those thons? The other thing I want to promote is, shout out to our boy Led Black, okay?
All right.
Okay, shout out to Led Black because there's a very special event coming to New York City on July 30th. All I have to say is follow the Instagram page at @smokesignals_NYC. @smokesignals_NYC. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But July 30th, save the date. Your girl will be in the building. And I really love what led. And also shout out to Butterfly Treats. Okay. They doing the collabo. So I'm really excited for that event.
Sounds exciting.
Follow me at Rachel La Loca. You never know what you're gonna get. I got some new stuff that I'm working on. I can't wait to share with you guys. It's only special people. Only special people.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Looking
Jamie?
forward. As always, we like to send lots of LOL love to Yero.com, the news and lifestyle platform for Latino men.
No doubt.
Believe it or not, the countdown to the World Cup has begun with a preview of the smart ball that will be on the pitch. Yes, a smart ball.
Oh, smart ball.
This sounds like,
get out of here.
Yeah, this sounds like something you would be talking about.
Smart this. Everything is smart. Okay.
There's a smart soccer ball. Interesting.
Finally, the balls are smart.
So, if you want to find out more about this super smart ball, check Yero.com for the scoop. And, please give us a rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Anyways, and also J Ferns, Instagram, J_Ferns.
All right. I want to give a quick, is it my turn? You done, Jamie? You good? Should I?
No, the timing was great, so continue.
Okay. Quick RIP to a few legends. James Cain passed away recently.
James Caan.
James Caan, my boy from my favorite movie, The Godfather. He was also in Misery. He's from the Bronx originally. Tony Sirico from The Sopranos.
Sirico
from The Sopranos, man. And Bruno Falcon, Papa and Taco. Remember the guy popped from Breaking? He recently popped away, Latino.
Oh, he was the bad. Yeah, he was one of the bad guys in Breaking.
Yeah.
He was the guy that was like challenging them, the good guys, right. Turbo and all them.
Yeah, he just recently passed. And I want to leave it on a good note. Our boy Calixto Chinchilla on his Emmy nomination for his. I think it was a public service announcement for the vaccine. He had a nomination on that. So shout out to him. I'm so happy for him.
Yes. And, awesome work.
Yes.
And guys, I also want to give a shout out to Danny Hastings that's going to have an event out in Brooklyn, Rachel. I know that's your spot. I want to let the LOL knows too. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
It's going to be at the AM/PM Gallery. I don't know if you know where that is, Rachel.
AMP Gallery, yes. It's at 108 Marcy Avenue in Brooklyn. Shout out to Danny. Always doing these amazing art exhibitions, right? Our friend Danny.
Oh, man. Off the meter, man. He always has like the best of the best when it comes to photography. It's crazy. So, I love that Jay-Z jam that he has.
Well, we went to his last art exhibition, which was also in Brooklyn. And this also is going to be a hip-hop retrospective captured by the one and only Danny Hastings. So we'll get to see some of his photography. This guy has photographed the best, like the greatest.
Yep.
Like Wu-Tang.
Let's go. Wu-Tang. Nas.
Jay-Z.
Big Pun. Wow.
Little Pun.
Yeah. Mobb Deep. Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
Jimmy, that should be your name, Little Pun.
Little
Because you're like, all you do is pun all day long. Well, you're not as big as Big Pun, rest in peace.
Yeah.
So shout out to Danny. Yo, let's go. It's going to be Thursday, July 21st from 7 to 11. Again, 108 Marcy Avenue. Go to Danny Hastings' Instagram page for more information at Danny Hastings.
All right.
Okay, guys, we are here. It's loud. I know. Bear with me. We're at the AM/PM Gallery in Brooklyn. We're at the AM/PM Gallery in Brooklyn, and we're celebrating the art, the photography of Danny Hastings. And I'd like for you to see what I'm looking at. This is some of Danny's photography. iconic hip hop album covers like Wu-Tang. Wait, here we go. Wu-Tang, Enter the 36 Chambers. Then there's a lot of Let's Go See Big Pun. There's Danny. And look, here's Danny. Okay, Danny, here we are again. Another art installation of yours. You seem to be doing this quite often. We're very proud of you here at the Latinos Out Loud podcast.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. It means a lot to me that the LOL family is here.
Pero siempre, hello. Okay, so give us a little snippet of what this enormous exhibit is about. I say enormous because a lot of your artwork is here. A lot of your photography. I think the most I've ever seen on display, and I've been to a lot of your exhibitions. So give us a snapshot, no pun intended, or was it? I don't know.
No, listen, but you know, the funny part about it is like this is like only like 25% of my work.
I mean, madre.
So no, for real, a lot of this stuff is it's on film, negatives. I have to scan them. It's a big process to document or to actually put into print, right? This work. So it's a retrospective, and retrospective is like the work that I captured from 1992 to about 2003, and it happens to be some of the most iconic people in hip hop, like Little Kim. Look, that's Little Kim right there. That's Little Kim. That's Gangstar. That's Jay-Z right there. You see Jay, and I'm, you know, I was lucky enough to capture them at such a young age and be part of like the growth of their career.
Yeah. So you've evolved from being a hip hop photographer, but this is something that will never leave you, nor should it. But has this ever intersected with some of the projects that you're currently working on? So like, has hip hop still kept a common thread throughout your projects?
Well, one of the things that I think I learned through hip hop is like, be your own boss, be your own entrepreneur, own like ownership and community. Like I'm big on the Latino community. I'm big. You always know me, somebody who like reaches out and tries to help and tries to like, you know, fight for a common good. And that's something I picked up through you know, hip hop culture, because that's what I learned by listening to, you know, the brothers and sisters that put out records out there in the 90s. Like, we're relentless. We just keep going and keep pushing and keep, you know, until it breaks. And yes, the answer is yes. It's through my veins. It's part of who I am, my DNA, and you know, it correlates with being Latino as well, right? Because we were part of that movement, and we've been part of that movement since day one, and I'm happy to be here.
And so, are any of these pieces for sale?
Everything is for sale here. Everything is for sale. And we have some beautiful pieces actually signed by the artists, because what I'm working on right now is like, you know, working with the artists themselves, and they sign it. For example, we have a Wu-Tang Clan album cover signed by the RZA.
Wow. Let me see this. The RZA, the Jizza, old dirty bastard, Inspector Jack. Okay.
That's signed by the RZA right there. And then I have another picture signed by J. the Damager. I have one signed by Raekwon the Chef. We got one working with DJ Premier. And it's just like economic empowerment between the artist, photographer, and the rappers themselves.
Okay, well, I gotta negotiate on some prices with Danny right now, so I'm gonna sign off, but I wanna just tell you de corazon, every time I come to these things, I'm always blown away. Like, I continue to be blown away by your majestic career, by your eye. That's what I'm gonna say, about this guy. On that note, we out.
Oh, that's awesome. And, you know, quick shout out to, of course, the people that are behind the scenes for this podcast you're listening to right now. Paco de Pablo, our producer supervisor.
Paco.
Mitzi Hernandez, our producer.
Mitzi Hernandez.
Yeah.
And Augusto Martinez, our audio engineer.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to cut a lot. He's gonna have to cut a lot from this episode.
Gusto
Thank you, guys.
Martinez.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So shout out to them. Another episode is in the books, y'all.
All right. Love it.
I love the books. Just don't cook them.
All right.
Don't cook the books.
Don't
okay?
cook the books.
cook 'em.
Just don't cook the books.
All right. So
On that note, I think,
yeah,
right?
this is
is
all
it
you.
time?
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
time.
Do you guys
Go
want to
ahead.
say it with me?
Let's
Oh,
do it.
yeah, that'd be
yes,
cool.
Let's
yeah,
do it
yeah, yeah.
together. Okay,
Yeah,
you
here we
know
go.
how it is. Okay,
we go.
1, 2, 3. On that note,
That note,
we
we're
out.
We out.